Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Y'all are brewheads? Yeah, we brewheads. So pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Yeah.
What's good, y'all? This is C Certified Brewhead, and welcome to another edition of BAOS here on BAOS. And this evening, folks, I have a couple faves. Well, the beers aren't yet favorites because I haven't tried them, but a couple joints from Beau's, good mates at Beau's, huge fans, as y'all know. Oh, and right behind me up there, you can't really see, but that's some Beau's things. So we got this beer mail maybe a week or two ago, just trying to catch up. So these are two new releases for spring, and if you guys are in Canada or at least the northeast of North America, you will realize that this is not spring. This is nobody's spring. And whatever's happening right now can fuck right off. But these beers can certainly help us get through them. So, first one we have is the Farm Table Saison. Sitting at 4.7%. I really like these Farm Table series. Super dope. They're always super interesting. I think the first one I actually had was the IPA, which is one of these guys here. Episode 18 of the podcast was actually that one. So they always have super interesting stuff there. And this one, this is a Wild Oat series. I actually don't know the difference, and I've got a little document there, but it doesn't talk about the differences. But this is the Cavalier Bleu Blueberry IPA, 6%. We'll get to the details of that soon, but I've seen, like, you can't see through it really, and it looks purple, so mate, I am freaking amped. So I'm going to use my trusty BrewHeads bottle opener, and you can check the link in the description for a discount on not only this, because I don't even know if they have this, but other wicked BrewHeads gear. Check for that. And also huge shouts to Pretty Pennie for the bomb hop chain. If you haven't got your hop jewellery and you like craft beer, then mate, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You gotta freaking sort it out. Alright, smells like a Saison. I'm gonna pour it into my trusty CX BrewHeads glasses, which are also unfortunately aren't available anymore. Look at us promoting shit that you can't even get. So this is looking good. Super kind of typical Saison head there. A little cloudy, which I like. Beautiful color. Like a lemon yellow right there. Cloves, usual that clovey banana vibe on the nose. Looks like I need to get it in me. Cheers. Nice. Crisp. Whoa. Great malt profile. Definitely really malty, like super caramel. Caramel? Is that the word? Remember to think, like, it's like toasty. Yeah. Definitely malt forward. There's a touch bitterness in there, which I always sort of don't expect from Saisons, but when it hits, you're like, oh yeah, this shit is a little bitter. Crisp carbonation. I really like that. Definitely quite balanced, quite crushable. This is the first beer I've had in a few days, so I'm not sure if my palate is registering this as more bitter than perhaps it actually is. Because I feel like it's kind of the overwhelming characteristic here, but I know Saisons that's most certainly not the case. I like it. It's solid. Like Beau's are super well known for doing styles justice. Like they really get a style and they nail it, and they do it really well too on style, and of course they often do ones with their own little twist. So this is fantastic, a real great example of a Saison. I've spoken about it before. They're not a real favorite. They're kind of one of my Saisons or whatever. But usually when I have them, like, I'm like, oh, not bad. Like, and that's a really great example. Now, this bad boy, I'm stupid amped about. One, because I like fruit. Two, because I like IPAs. And you put them bad boys together. Oof, look at that. Yes. Can't really smell it from here. God, it's like almost like pours. It's like crazy. It's like pours red, and then as it hits the glass, it goes purple. Maybe it's the light, but I don't know if you can see that. It looks freaking awesome. Oh my gosh. What an interesting flavor. Now, these blueberries, I'm going to hit my notes here. These are Quebec blueberries, and this uses Azaka and Mandarin of Bavaria hops, which is super dope. And I guess because it's got the Quebec blueberries, hence the name in French. That's all it needs to say. That's what we need to say right here. All right, wicked, kind of like a mauve lavender head. you can't see through that at all, which is definitely something that when we spoke to Steve Beauchesne on episode 60, he was like, they're not really into making kind of like the New England style or any of like the trendy beer sours and all that type of stuff, but this is definitely on the haze tip. It's weird, you can smell the blueberries, but you can also really smell the hops. So it's kind of like this, like almost not conflicting, but like it's gonna be interesting to see where this goes. There's no time like the present, guys, to get it in you. All right, that's great. It's so confusing because it's like it's sort of a typical. I wouldn't call it West Coast IPA because it's got the fruity hops. Like Azak is usually pretty fruity. Mandarin of Bavaria is certainly fruity. There's melon vibes, so it's almost like a. It's got the some certain elements of like the haze bombs, like a New England style, yet still kind of malt forward, like maltier than a typical New England would be. And then it's got the blueberries, which are generally a soft fruit in any kind of beer. Like blueberries always like gives probably one of arguably the best color, but it's always a soft kind of flavor profile. So it's blending really well. I always take shorter sips because I always don't like watching beer reviews where dudes are sitting there for like 30 seconds, like swishing it around their mouth. It's weird as hell. Wow. This is great. Definitely, there's a bit of bitterness in the back end there. But there's like this tangy, like blueberry vibe that's kind of sticking around as well. That like if you move your tongue around your mouth, it continues to linger, which is sick. Yeah, dude, that's amazing. I really, really like that. And this as well was bottled 21st of February. It is about just shy of 2 months ago. So this is lit. I really like it. I really hope this is still available because these were kind of like spring releases. I only got them maybe 2 weeks ago, something like that, tops. So like these definitely have to be around. I would highly recommend that you grab either of these if you see them. In particular, of course, the fave is I haven't done Versus for a while actually, but my fave is definitely the blueberry because that's right up my alley, and such an interesting beer. I love it. I love it when Beau's experiments because they always come with the goods. This is something I've definitely never seen before, a blueberry IPA, which is sick. So, God, sorry for the burps, y'all. It's like I'm new at this. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, hit the notification bell, of course, so you know when we're dropping new, and hit subscribe as well. Make sure you follow us on social media at BAOS Podcast, and of course, check out the long form audio. We've got tons of good stuff coming up. We're kind of going week to week with the podcast right now, which is a little scary, to be honest, but it sort of forces us to get some interesting content. So I've got a couple lined up for the next few weeks, which is great. Just got to make sure they happen, and super interesting, great people we're talking to, so I'm excited about all of those. That is it, y'all. We'll see you in the next video, and of course, get it in ya.